Hey everyone, I'm Melissa, and this is Behind the Trend. Short stories, big insights. All right, think about this for a second. One of the most powerful men in the world walks into the White House, ready to talk about oil, money, and geopolitics. The cameras click, the microphones are up, all eyes are on him. And yet, what catches everyone's attention that day isn't the meeting, or the policy, or the economy. It's a pin. A tiny, smiling cartoon version of himself, sitting right next to the American flag on his lapel. That's right, President Donald Trump, in a meeting with top oil executives, showed up wearing a little Happy Trump pin. And people can't stop talking about it. The meeting happened inside the East Room of the White House. Big chandeliers, cameras rolling. Around the table, when some of the most powerful energy leaders in the country, everyone expected the usual, discussions about oil prices, Venezuela, global supply chains. But then, someone noticed that pin, a little cartoon face of Trump himself, smiling, round cheeks, gold hair, pinned right underneath the American flag. A reporter leaned in, half curious, half amused, and asked about it. Trump smiled back and said, "Somebody gave me this. You know what that is? That's called a Happy Trump." People in the room laughed, and then he added, "I'm never happy. I'm never satisfied. I won't be satisfied until we make America great again, but we're getting close." Simple, direct, and instantly viral. That short exchange spread across social media in seconds. Memes, clips, GIFs, you name it. But behind that smiley little pin, there's a story worth slowing down for. Now, you might be thinking, come on, it's just a pin. But symbols matter, especially in politics. That tiny piece of metal sitting on a president's jacket, it's not random. It's a message, a signal, a glimpse into how a leader sees themselves and what they want the world to see. Since 9/11, presidents have worn the American flag pin almost every day. It's become this quiet symbol of unity and patriotism. But Trump went one step further. He wore himself, a smiling cartoon Trump, right next to that flag. Some called it egotistical. Others said it was funny. But you know what? Maybe it's both. Because Trump has always blurred the line between politics and personality, between image and identity, between the office and the brand. And in that one moment, you could see both sides. Here's what I found really interesting. That Happy Trump moment happened in a room that was supposed to be all business. Oil, energy, Venezuela, serious topics that affect millions of people. And suddenly, this small, almost silly moment lightened everything. People laughed. Reporters smiled. Even Trump, usually so serious, so controlled, cracked a grin. It was a human moment. Unexpected, unscripted, real. And I think that's part of why it hits so hard online. Because in an age of sound bites and talking points, we rarely see raw, human moments like that anymore. Of course, the internet did what it always does. Within minutes, Happy Trump was trending. People wanted to buy the same pin. Some joked about making Happy Trump emojis. Others, well, they saw it differently. Critics said it symbolized arrogance, a president literally wearing himself. Supporters said it showed humor, confidence, and a little humility, too. The ability to laugh at yourself in a room full of power. Either way, everyone was talking. A small pin had turned into a national conversation. But here's what's easy to forget. That meeting wasn't a photo op. It was a high-stakes discussion about U.S. oil policy, especially after America's controversial involvement in Venezuela, where the U.S. had recently captured that country's former leader, Nicolás Maduro. So while Trump was joking about his Happy Trump pin, the people in that room were debating international strategy, sanctions, and control of billions of dollars in oil infrastructure. That's what made the moment so surreal. A flash of humor in the middle of one of the most serious, global conversations. A cartoon face sitting right beside the American flag during a meeting that could reshape global energy markets. It's strange, it's ironic, and somehow it's perfectly Trump. You know what struck me most? It wasn't the pin itself. It was what Trump said right after. "I'm never happy. I'm never satisfied." That line says everything. Whether you admire him or not, Trump's drive, that constant hunger to win, is the engine behind his movement. He's always chasing the next thing, the next fight, the next victory. And in that tiny statement, he wasn't talking like a politician. He was talking like a man who just can't turn off the engine inside him. That's the part that got me, because every leader, every person really, wrestles with that question. When is enough enough? For Trump, it seems the answer is never. And that's what that pin really represented. A smiling face on the outside, an endless drive on the inside. Across the political spectrum, reactions poured in. Supporters loved it. They said it showed personality. That after years of stress and chaos, it was refreshing to see Trump just be Trump. Critics called it self-promotion, a cartoonish distraction in a serious setting. But maybe both sides are right. Because love him or hate him, Trump has always understood one thing better than most politicians. Moments matter. He knows how to create them, shape them, own them. Even the tiniest details, like a pin, become headlines, hashtags and symbols. And whether you're cheering or rolling your eyes, you're still watching. When I first saw that story, I laughed. I'll be honest. A happy Trump pin? It felt like something out of a late-night comedy sketch. But the more I thought about it, the more it hit me. Because in politics, especially right now, small things often reveal the most truth. A joke, a pin, a single offhand comment. They pull back the curtain on who someone really is. Their humor, their pride, their fears, even their contradictions. Trump's little smiling pin said a lot about how he sees himself, about how he wants others to see him, and maybe even about how he wants history to remember him as the man who never stopped fighting, never stopped chasing greatness. So yeah, sometimes a story about a lapel pin isn't really about the pin at all. It's about the person wearing it. It's about what it means to lead, to laugh, to want more, and to still show up every day chasing something bigger. That's what this little happy Trump moment was. Funny, strange, and oddly human. And that's why we're here. To look at the stories behind the stories. To find the humanity hiding inside the headlines. I'm Melissa, and this is Behind the Trend. Short stories, big insights. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes it's the smallest details that tell the biggest stories.